Hi, this tutorial is Rubric tools for Google Docs, and this is part two. In the first part, we talked about orange slice, and in this one, we're going to be talking about Doctopus, Doctopus and Goobric. Just gotta love the names. First of all, I forgot to mention in the first tutorial that I get a lot of stuff offline. I didn't create these things myself. The gentleman that I need to give a lot of credit to does a lot of webinars for an organization called Spark, SPARCC.org. So huge thanks out to that organization. Also, I forgot to mention in the first where you can find all this stuff because I don't believe that you're going to be able to, memorize it, that kind of thing. I don't expect you to do that. So on the school website, go to Technology Integration. And when you get to Technology Integration, that's going to take you to a page right here. Come down to Technology Coach. And what I've been in the process of doing is putting together a website that has a lot of resources which are hopefully helpful. Google Apps, a lot of things there, tech resources, anything from video production to audio, etc. How to use the smartboard, the presentations that I've been giving on Fridays, a lot of my screencasts, which you're watching right at this point, and even resources for departments. So this particular one, you would come in under Google Apps. And then you would come down on over here, and then under Docs you're going to find all the Rubric tools for Google Docs. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that was there and you understood. So, but let's get back to today's focus, and today's focus quite simply is going to be, as I said before, Rubric's tools for Google Docs, part 2, Doctopus and Goobric. The whole idea here is you've pushed out the assignment electronically. This one I'm going to really encourage as you go through Classroom. You'll see the benefits why towards the end of this. And then your students have done everything electronically and turned it back into you. Then all of a sudden, my experience in the past was the rubric got very clunky because now I needed to go to a paper copy and everything along those lines. I really like this process quite a bit, and hopefully you will too. Let's get going. In order to do Doctopus, use this Doctopus and Goobric, you need to have a couple things. First of all, you're going to need 4 things in this particular one. Obviously a Google Doc assignment that's ready to be graded. You're going to now save the rubric in a Google Sheet. If you watched the last one with Orange Slice, you know that you needed to save the rubric in a Google Doc. This one is a Google Sheet. An extra step, but well worth the trouble, is to open up a blank sheet, and that's where you're going to import all the assignment. And last but not least, you're going to need to install both Doctopus and Goobric. So let's get going. Show you how to do this. First of all, the reflection, right? Remember I said, okay, this is a reflection rubric, and it's the exact same one that I used in part 1. I just copied and pasted it into a sheet, a Google Sheet, which is Google Apps Excel version. And then I need to open up a new document, and you can see here class sample with Doctopus. Okay, and this is open right now, and this is where it's going to all the assignments going to get imported into it. Now, next step, I need to go up to add-ons, and I need to get this add-on, which again is going to be Doctopus. Don't worry about Goobric right at this point. And as with all things, you can come over here, you can type it in, but what you'll notice right down below is it's right here. It says it's for free. It's already been vetted, so when they ask me to go ahead and give them permission to go through the drive and everything along those lines, I say allow. I only need to do this once. Once I've done it, it will be set up in my Google Apps again. Everything going through our Google Apps, both for you and for your students. And it's going to load Doctopus off to the side. Now, this is where it's going to get interesting, and this is where Classroom, if you're doing things through Google Classroom, it's going to save you so much time. So here I'm going to come over and select the mode. I love the fact that they have ingest a Google Classroom assignment. So I click on that, and it's now going to go through my drive, and it's going to find my classes, and it's going to say, all right, select the class. Well, I'm going to go down to your book. And then it says, all right, you're all set. Good. Let's go ahead and let's select the assignment. And at this point, I am going to come up here and I'm going to go to the midterm. And now what it's going to do is it's going to go through and it's going to pull in all of that information. Okay, now one thing that I did forget to mention, and I just want to troubleshooting thing here. I don't know if you've experienced this, but occasionally I do. When I come over here and I go to my classroom, I want to make sure that I'm in my apps account because that's the only way to get to Classroom. Occasionally, because I do have a personal Gmail account, actually, different things going on, every once in a while what it will do is not allow me to get to this screen. That when it gets here, it'll have the generic thing because it's pulling up my other Gmail account. So just make sure that you're in here with your apps account and you should be all set. So let's get out of that. Let's get back to what we were doing. So we're back to there and we're going to go back and we're going to select the assignment and yearbook, and now it's going to pull it in. Okay, so now as you can see, it's pulled in the assignments. It's not ready quite yet. I have to do one more step, and that's ingest the assignments. All right, so now we have them all and we're ready to go. You can see it's pulled in all my students. I can actually click on it and get right to the document if I want. But at this point, I want to do one more thing because remember, this is Doctopus and Goobric. So at this point, I want to come over. I want to attach Goobric. Notice that I can go ahead and do some different things, even including adding a co-teacher. But at this point, let's just go ahead and add Goobric. Again, what Goobric's going to do is now it's going to go through my drive and it's going to try to find the reflection. And you can see it pulled up the reflection rubric. It's because I've been working with it. If it didn't pull it up under recent, I could go to my drive and I could find it that way as well. But that's the one I want. So I click on it. Now, before I attach the rubric, I want to make sure that's viewable, absolutely. I'm not going to have them peer edit at this point, and because our district has not opened up the student emails, it makes no sense to do this at this point. So we'll unclick that, and now we're going to attach the rubric. Now this is the thing that I like, and the reason why I like this better than Orange Slice, even though I do like Orange Slice. I like this better because I'm not going to have to copy and paste onto each individual assignment as with Orange Slice. This is going to do it for me. So it's going ahead and it's checking for everything. It's attached rubric to every single one, and the reason why I know that is now it's added this column right here, and this is the game changer for me. So I've got everything set up. I've got my class set up in front of me. I'm going to skip the first couple because they were in the other tutorial. I used their documents. So let's go ahead and take a look at a different student and let's see how this works. It's going to pull up my student's document. It says use your microphone, allow you to use the microphone, and I'm going to allow that because if I want, I can leave them audio feedback. It's amazing at all the things that are going to be at my disposal right now. Here's the rubric right up front, depth of reflection, and when I go through my student's document, I'm going to go ahead and let it finish what it needs to do. I'm going to go ahead and look through, reread that, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to say, she did a nice job. She did a lot of nice things there. I'm going to click on the next one. Definitely used examples. The language use was real solid, and the conventions were pretty solid as well. Now, at this point, I can come over here. I can leave her more information. Don't have to, but I can. And what I was talking about before, for some reason the audio got disabled. Sorry about that. My microphone settings would be right up here. I want to take a look at one more thing. Also email, nope, don't want that. But I check on this one because what it's going to do is after I submit, it's just going to move right to the next student. If I unclick that, I would be able to submit, see everything on this student's, and then go to the next. Okay, but we'll go ahead and we'll hit auto right at this. Well, no, let's hit this. Let's keep it this way for the time being, so you can see what happens with this particular student's document. Again, everything that's being done to this student's document, she now has full access to and can see. So down below, you can see everything's been put down here, and the comment that I made is right down below. When you take a look at the sheet right here, and you come on over a little bit, what it's going to do, it's going to record everything right down here as well. So it keeps it all nice and neat for me. And if you're starting to think about SLOs and things along those lines, this is a pretty easy document to share with your administrator, to put up on Bloom's board, etc. Now, if we come back to her assignment, we're right here, and this is what I absolutely love about it. We're just going next. And it's going to pull up the next student for me, and off we go. And I'm just going to go through, and I would grade this students and move and move and move, and you don't really have to worry about much in between. So a lot of nice features as far as I'm concerned with this. Hopefully this is something that when you look at it, you say it's pretty solid as well. There is a thing, an option, let me see if I can pull it up right here. So I did my initial class, and there's a couple outliers that were late, absent, whatever. So you can see over here, look for new submissions, so I don't have to constantly keep coming back. That's Dr. Puss in Goobric. As always, let me know how I can help you. Have a great day.